Hi, it's Bill Genova, and it's a Saturday morning. That's going to find me in a market, and this time it's a market in Sicily in the town of Siracusa. And you can hear the shouting in the background. It's like an Arab market. So they're selling fish behind me, and up and down here is fruits and vegetables and cheeses. You really enjoy it. So take a look here at some of the wonderful fruits and vegetables that they have here. So here we have our artichokes, cartufa. We've got tomatoes over here. We've got these small tomatoes here, and we've also got these other tomatoes and limes and garlic and peppers and what have you. So take a look here, and I'm going to run this over to the other area. So here you can name your fish. We've got these unusual, they look like zebras. We have all kinds of shrimp, as you can see. And you hear them selling in the background there. You know you're in the Sicilian market. These are belt fish. And of course, calamari is with their sole over here. And we've got all kinds of other fish. Celery. There's the singer I'm being drowned out for the first time in my life, so enjoy the video and the picture. So I'm going to continue walking through the market here, and on our right here we have some interesting things. These are all kinds of cookies that have been cooked. Those are plain with egg white and lemon to cover it, and they've packaged them so it's nice and clean. That looks like pistachio there. Here's all kinds of other ones that I have no idea what's in them. And there's a nice mixed box. Wouldn't that be a nice gift to take to somebody? Now, what kind of spice did you want? We've got all kinds of spices here. Just fantastic. Maybe you'll recognize some of the names. We go over here. This is very tasty. These are sesames from Sicily, and on bread they are just absolutely wonderful. Going up here further, these are prickly pears as you know them. They're from the cactus. Interestingly, they're called figlia de India because these are from a cactus that was brought from the New World to the Old World. And all the cactuses around the Mediterranean come from, let's say, Mexico. Over here you can see this gentleman has already peeled these. Can you see them in the package? And here he is working hard, cleaning them like I used to do when I was a kid. This is the fish store, and for those of you who are streamers, this is tuna. And this is tuna that's been butchered this morning. And you can see they sell it in big chunks, unlike we do in Toronto. Not only that, but they also have, here's more tuna, and these are spada, which is swordfish. And this gentleman here, he's been here every time. Bravo. Maybe some of you don't know this, but I grew up in a grocery store. My father was a fruiter or a greengrocer, and all of this stuff is like home to me, and really enjoy seeing it. Pumpkin, and here's eggplant. This guy here, I have no idea what this is. Over here, look at this asparagus. This is quite different, very thin compared to ours. And of course, you've got carrots and radicchio, something we all know, and that, of course, is fennel. And we have all kinds of lettuces over here. So this is a beautiful market, absolutely superb. Tomatoes. Who wants tomatoes? We've got these beautiful small tomatoes here, and more. These are the kind you buy in Loblaws. Here's even smaller. We call them a cherry tomato, although they don't look like cherries. These are the Romano tomatoes, and these are fave here, fave beans, all kinds of them. This is an interesting store. This is a spice store. So they've got a listing of everything that they have inside here. And inside, if you go in here, there's a gentleman back in there. He's all nervous about me coming with a camera. But you can see oregano, dry. This has got, really smells like oregano. And then we have all kinds of these other ones. This is a real hands-on business. He's probably gotten it from his father and his grandfather, and very, very good. So enjoy this one. This is, just smells delightful. This here is dried tomatoes you're familiar with. Here's some chopped up tomatoes as well. This is the way I have my sardines at home, in a tin, and they're packed in salt. So I just leave it out, it's not a problem. Notice here, I haven't got a clue. It looks like a tomato something or other. And of course, olives to delight you. All kinds of olives. These people, they have mussels. They love mussels. But man, you got to buy a bag full of it. There's like 10 pounds of mussels there. You better invite the neighborhood to eat this. Well, this is the frutta di mare. And if we come down here, you see the mussels back there. But here we've got some sort of clam, a spaghetti clam. You see them squirting there a little bit? None of them are squirting now, of course. And again, lupini. Here's something I often wondered what the potatoes were like. And so these are new potatoes. And if you look at them, beautiful. We have them in Toronto. I don't know when they do these, they taste better. When you buy grapes here, it's almost like a gift pack. So we have these beautiful sweet blues, and we have these green here, and then we have red here. In addition, these are strawberries. This is approaching the size we have in Toronto. But here, see the little petite ones for comparison? Over there, we've got walnuts, ginger, oranges, radicchio. Everybody knows what radicchio is. And a wonderful selection of lettuce over here. And here's what I like that most of you don't like, you know, the dandelions here. And look at how beautifully this is displayed. The leaf lettuce, the red and the green. I'm looking now, I'm swinging now down to the street. And you can see how just row upon row of fresh fruits and vegetables. Because Sicily is known as the sort of the fruit growing. It's like Florida or California does. And here's a nice shot of a hanging fruit right beside me. These are little apples that he's put on display. It's quite attractive. These are Sicilian apples, a little bit different. They don't taste as hearty and as bitter like a Macintosh solid. They're more softer in flesh. The pears they have here are something like a Bosque pear. Now, this is kiwi fruit, but it must be on steroids or drugs or something. Look at the shape of it, quite different than what we experience. The pomegranates don't have that wonderful red that we experienced from California. They're more yellow in shape. Over there, these are persimmons. There's another style of persimmons there. And if I come back across here, you're going to see peaches. They don't have that little red color, but they're just as sweet. And over here we have plums. The kind of plums that you see. And bananas, of course. And that prickly pear. Figlia de India. These are oranges. And you can see, of course, they're not orange in color, they're green in color. Orange, the word orange comes from oranja, which is an Arabic word. And it had an A originally in front of it. However, it ended up orange. O-R-A-N-G-E, I can spell. Here's some beautiful honeydew. Across, it's a Spanish melon is the way I would call it. And here's the familiar orange that you and I all eat. And more fruits and vegetables. There's a merchant doing his business. Lots of activity at Saturday morning. And just love markets, as I keep saying to you. Beside the market, there's all these merchants. They're selling everything but the kitchen sink. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the kitchen sink. There's, you know, to clean the sink, to clean your hair, whatever. And of course, tablecloths galore here. All kinds of plates and, oh, there's Santa Claus. We're getting near Christmas. It is November the 1st, so that's why we've got all this stuff here. And over here is like a hardware store. as you go down the street here. And you can see all the stuff that's here. And Christmas decorations already. Wow. Well, I guess Christmas parade's around the corner for us in Toronto. Here's more other stuff. This is all like a hardware store. Take your pick. They got a well displayed. Well displayed. So if you need something, a box cutter, there's a box cutter. There's a horn if you need a horn. And there's a pair of pliers and drills and you name it. They've got it all here at the market this morning. Well, in Toronto, they're trying to feed you from trucks. Here's an example of a store where they're selling cheese from the side of the truck. What a wonderful selection of cheese they have. Here's Pecorino, and something that you would recognize in Toronto. And then we have all kinds of other cheeses. There's ricotta, or ricotta I think you guys call it. And up here is salami, of course. Now this is interesting. Here's pomegranates. They don't look very attractive, but if you take a look, it's the same old pomegranate you and I eat. And next door here is something I think is quince. I might be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. And of course, surprisingly, they have wild walnuts, and they have, of course, almonds, because that's in everything. So, you don't want to cook tonight? This is peppers already cooked for you. And here's some onions. You enjoy the onions? So a lot of food is prepared and they'll take it home because they have small kitchens. So just to remind you, we're in the city of Siracusa in the market, and up and down the streets here on a Saturday morning. Oh, there goes the lighting on that, but we'll survive. And you can see this fella here, he's got help from the fellow from Africa. Africa's 82 miles away. And so there's a lot of immigrants, so whatever. This particular shop here has all kinds of beans, so you recognize some of them. There's Romano, there's white kidney beans, and then if you want nuts, they got all kinds of nuts too, including me.
Don't know.
That's the Sicilian flag there, with a gorgon in the middle, and the three legs. That's called the Tricarne, and he's using it to help his display. And here we've got Sicilian honey. Ah, I'd like to taste, well, I have tasted it, I shouldn't say that. I'd like to take it home is what I'm saying. It'd be very nice. So we have cheese here, beautiful cheese. And he's in the market here, the men are talking away to the customer. Sardines, capers, more capers.
That's a lot in there for us.
For those who haven't seen the mountains of Sicily, here they are in miniature. Not just kidding. So this is one of the many stalls other than fruits and vegetables that are beside the market here. These merchants are generally Indian, mostly African I should say, but some Indians are here as well, just like in Toronto. Well, and so that ends our tour of the market, and we're ending where it all began. This is called the Temple of Apollo, and fantastic temple. At one time it was a church, at one time it was a mosque, at one time it was a military barracks, etc., etc. Over there, those buildings there, I shouldn't say the buildings, but rather the umbrellas that you see there, that's the beginning of the market. So you can see how close it is. So on a Saturday morning, make sure you go and visit a market somewhere, especially if it's exotic like this is. However, remember, in Toronto, National Geographic said the St. Lawrence Market is the #1 market in the world. So you should get down there if you haven't. building out and saying bye-bye from Siracusa.